Recorded live.
Welcome to Steeler Nation Live. Big Tiz,
Big O. Hey, what's going on, Steeler fans out there?
Hey, we're back again. You know, we had a off little week there with Pittsburgh and their game against Baltimore. I'm telling you guys. But
Man.
You know what? If you're a Steeler fan, you're always in it to win it, you know?
That's right. No matter what, we're a Steeler family, and this is not going to stop us, even if it's those dirty ratbirds, the Ravens. And Big Tiz, we don't like to start off the show. We always want to start off on a good, positive note, but after losing to the Ravens Sunday night, how can you start with a positive note? So we're going to intensify the anger a little bit more. And if you haven't seen this, Steeler fans, if you want to look away, look away.
And just to let you guys know, if you're on the audio side, we just put up a picture of Ray Rice holding a dirty Steeler towel, terrible towel,
on
over
top
his
of
head. Amazing. This guy, I don't know if he's trying to get the Steelers fired up or what it is, but I'm thinking that this is going to send reverberations all through the black and yellow country.
Now, we've experienced this kind of treatment, disrespect before. A couple years ago, remember when we won the Super Bowl, we played the Cincinnati Bengals at home. Should have been a win, but we lost. We were upset. And what did TJ, who's your mama?
Exactly.
Remember that guy? He was shining his shoes, his cleats, with a terrible towel. And guess who we met in the playoffs?
Black and yellow.
Black and yellow. That was us.
Exactly.
And what was the outcome of that, Big Tiz?
Steelers on top, baby.
That's right.
We took it, and they were one of the mishaps on the road to the Super Bowl for Pittsburgh. And you know what? Pittsburgh does it. When they're on the road and their backs against the wall, at times they do it. You know what? If they can avoid the injuries. And that's what happening this year to Pittsburgh. Is a lot of things are going on with the injuries in Pittsburgh. But you know what? And just like Big O said, you know, it's a big, happy day. Everybody's going to be out there on Thanksgiving Day. So you know what? We want you guys to think about nothing but sweet turkey,
look at that.
sweet gravy, all that.
Delicious.
You know what? And on the serious side, you know what? Spending time with your family and doing the things, and even having some fun out there. You know, with your family and friends.
This is Halloween. This is what we dress up as. You could take your pick who is who, but this is me and Big Tiz on Halloween. So, yep.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
One.
Hey, but you know what? The Steelers are, you know, they're still in the midst of having a playoff run, you know, and a lot of things are going on with the Steelers, the injuries, but the Steelers are still hanging in there, and I was impressed with the way the defense held on in that game against Baltimore, and the defense looked like they're trying to get themselves back to an elite defense without even all the pieces being there yet.
You raised a good point there, Big Tiz. It seems that during that game, all the wheels weren't turning on the ground. So you know what happens when that bad things. When you're not on the same sheet of music, we have to have everything working all the time. We have to have the offense, the defense, and the special teams.
Exactly.
Now, special teams aren't looking so special like they were earlier.
Right. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. They played a long season, and every team has that hiccup, and they did have that hiccup, and that hiccup cost us with letting Baltimore run that punt return back. But you know what? I can't be too down on the special teams this year because they did come out this year. They played. And, you know, there are a lot of teams that are giving up a lot more than that, you know?
Yeah, Butler tried his best. Usually you see kickers, they just run alongside the guy with the ball. They don't make any attempt. But Butler made a great attempt trying to stop him, which, I don't know, it looked good.
Yeah, it looked good.
It showed hustle and heart. I mean, this is just one game. There's a bunch of games left, folks. It doesn't look good about winning the division, but it looks good for making the playoffs.
Right.
We still have a chance as a wild card. Do you want to be a wild card?
No.
Do you want to be in the playoffs? Yes. And the year that the Steelers went on to win the Super Bowl, they had, 6 games on the road?
Yeah.
Unheard of, and they end up winning the Super Bowl. So anything is possible.
Well, you know, the Steelers have a big quarterback situation going on right now in Pittsburgh, and the fact that Ben Roethlisberger, he was hurt in that the game against Kansas City. Big loss for Pittsburgh. I don't care what anybody said. You know, there's some lovers out there, Ben. There's some haters out there. Ben, unbelievable, but this guy, he does it every year for Pittsburgh. He puts out, and he's down. And then, unbelievably, we get our backup in there, Leftwich, who's supposed to be taking Roethlisberger's spot. He gets hurt in this game.
He gets hurt as well. And we're going to go into depth on that. We had a big day in Pittsburgh. Couple signings, which proves that the Steelers are not giving up.
Right.
6-4 record, it's not the end of the world. We're not throwing in the towel. We're not getting ready for next year. We're getting ready for this year. And it shows that the front office is trying their best to do what they can. It's MacGyver time.
Exactly.
You know, shoestring and bubble gum. We have to do, but we're not getting bad players. We signed 2 players today. We'll talk about this more in depth, like I said, in the Steelers news and updates.
Right.
However, these are top of the line players, and we'll get into that. Rumor out there, Big Tiz, Mike Tomlin on the hot seat.
I'm not in agreement with that. I'm not in agreement with that. I mean, Mike Tomlin, he's shown that he can withstand some of the bad things that come Pittsburgh's way. And I mean, and I see this guy at least trying to put some of the pieces in there to make it work. And you know, going out and getting Plax, the way I think he's looking at with Plax is the fact of Plax going out there and being a short yardage, a receiver in short yardage situations. And I think Plaxico can do it. I think it's a good pickup for Pittsburgh.
Absolutely. And another thing about Mike Tomlin, this is the second time when a quarterback was in trouble, injured. Did he keep him in too long? Was he hurt? Was Leftwich hurt on that play where he tripped over the goal line when he ran to 31 yards in for a touchdown?
I know, damn them blades of grass.
It's terrible. You know, you have to watch where you're going. But just imagine, I know the last series of downs that ended for the Steelers. Look at this guy. Every time he came off the ground, he can barely get up.
Yeah.
Now Batch was throwing the ball, warming up and on the sidelines. I do not understand why he did not come in for that final play, for that final 4 downs.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, if any of you know out there. I believe that Batch still has some issues, some health issues, so I'm believing that's part of the reasons why he wasn't out there. Because, I mean, Batch has been on the team for a while, and for him not to be able to go into the game tells me that maybe he was having issues. And Leftwich was hurt, and he was trying to make a go of it, but it didn't work out the way we needed it to.
No, it didn't. But you know what? We'll go into more depth about the stats, what happened during the game, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about more injuries to the Pittsburgh Steelers. A couple players got released today as well. We'll talk about that. But let's go into the good news. We got the bad news out of the way. Let's go into the good news.
Exactly.
And for those of you who know the New England Patriots, you know who this guy is. Brian Hoyer. Hoyer. He's went to Michigan State. This kid is 6'2", 215 pounds, smart, agile, and what he brought to the table in New England was a young, smart quarterback. Now, when you have Tom Brady as your starting quarterback, being a backup, I don't think you're going to see much time with all the Brady rules and how the referees, they cuddle him and coddle him. You know what I'm saying, Big Tiz?
Yes.
So being a backup to him is like being a backup to Derek Jeter. If you're Yankee fans out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Derek Jeter, the face, the franchise of the New York Yankees, came up from the farm team. That's his position. Nobody's going to take that unless he, I don't know, I don't want to say any bad things to him. I don't want to jinx him. But that's his spot. Now, is this kid ever going to see a starting role in New England? Highly doubtful, because Tom Brady still has a long, long time with the Patriots. And like I said earlier, how he was protected, like they got that bubble.
Yeah, Tom Brady, I mean, he's still a good quarterback. And, I mean, maybe a couple years he has left on him, and I'm talking about due to his protection and line protection if his body can hold up. But definitely still a good quarterback that can put it out there. And Hoyer is a good pickup for us. I mean, you know, because right now Pittsburgh's going to keep everything basically simple. And they need to get somebody in there for the least expensive amount of money. Because as you can see, we already had to let go of 2 players on our team, which contributed.
Right. And that leads up to the NFL news. NFL news. Well, wait. Let's not jump ahead. We didn't talk about this guy.
The big signing of the day. If you're on the audio side, Plaxico Burress back in black and yellow. Unbelievable. I said it a long time ago that it was going to happen, and it happened. Plaxico's back in Pittsburgh. Like I said, he's that short yardage down near the goal line receiver that Pittsburgh needs with some height, and we finally got him.
And the athleticism.
Exactly. Many people don't realize Pittsburgh was trying to go after that tall receiver to try to replace Plaxico when we got Lyman Sweet.
Yeah. Man.
But as you can see, that deal didn't fall through because Lyman couldn't get his hands to wrap around that leather ball, which could have brought him a lot of money. I don't know if you're watching, but Lyman, all you had to do is just grab that thing, and you'd have made some money.
I don't think he could have caught a cold in Alaska naked. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to be our savior. There's no... And this talk on the street right now, it was a bad idea for the Steelers. They shot themselves in the foot by getting him because there's going to be this huge rift between him and Mike Wallace, which I don't see it.
Nah.
It's going to help. They're going to help each other.
Exactly.
Because now teams are going to start covering Plaxico, which is going to lead one-on-one coverage with Wallace, and vice versa. And the only person this is going to hurt, if it does, would be Heath Miller. Exactly. Now, Heath Miller is the security blanket to Roethlisberger, hopefully the new quarterback.
Exactly. Well, and he's the blanket near the goal line. Let's be honest. Heath Miller, and now he's going to lose some of those catches, some of those throws that usually go his way. And can you honestly put Plaxico out there on the outside near the goal line by himself, though, against the smaller? I don't know. You know what I mean?
He's got the height. And for those of you who keeping score at home, we all know that Heath Miller recently broke Plaxico Burress' all-time receiving yards record.
Exactly.
Is this back in jeopardy? Does he have to hand the trophy back? Because I see Plaxico getting a bunch of throws his way.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to get more throws, and Heath Miller's not getting less throws. So what will they do? Just like that movie, Mr. 3000? Remember that baseball movie? He thought he had 3,000 hits. He retires, and mathematically, he did not, so he had to go back into major leagues at an elder age. And
exactly.
Well, folks, go to your local video store, rent it. You know what I'm talking about. It's a great, funny movie. So, hey, let's move on with that. And
well, one of the other things that was out there this week was Ed Reed. Ed Reed was actually going to be fined and missing a game.
Suspended one game.
Right, but the fact is, he was actually given the permission to be reinstated.
What's today?
The 20th.
Tuesday, right?
Right.
This happened. This hit. This illegal cheap shot on our wide receiver, Sanders. Cheap shot. This is Reed's third penalty for helmet to helmet. He gets suspended. Or he's allegedly gets suspended on Monday, which was yesterday. Okay? Today is Tuesday. Now he's being reinstated. And I don't understand why is that. Now, let's think about this, Tiz. Number 92 for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about that, Big Tiz. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I know. Like I said, this guy, he's a veteran in this league, and he's a veteran. He's been there for a while for Baltimore, and he might get some of the calls. But the fact is that Ed Reed, you've had this happen quite a few times, because I know if this was number 92 Harrison for the Pittsburgh Steelers,
oh boy,
this guy would have been done. He might have been done for the rest of the year.
Like this.
Exactly. Just like that baked turkey what we got on the screen, he would have been just like that.
Done.
But the thing about it is, Ed Reed was given a reprieve, and he's back, so there's nothing we can do about it but have to deal with him in the next game, and hopefully Pittsburgh and Mr. Hoyer can help Pittsburgh go on to that next level.
Now, briefly, we have Sanders on our Steelers team who's appealing his fine for a so-called fake injury. We talked about that last week in the last show. You can't determine whether a person is faking a leg cramp or not. I don't care if you're a doctor. Yeah, you can't tell by just looking at what he did before the play and what he did after.
Exactly.
And that's still under appeal. And I wonder if Mr. Goodell was ahead of that one, was in charge of Reed's appeal. Because if he did, red flags are flying up everywhere. Everywhere, Big Tez.
Yeah. But like I said, you know what? We'll see what happens with that situation. And hopefully they give him a reprieve from it as well. But you know what? One thing we got to give you guys right now is some of the scores that happened this week in the NFL.
That's right.
Big O's going to run them down to you guys.
Here we go with the spinning football. Last Thursday night, if you really cared and had nothing to do, you watched Buffalo defeat the Miami Dolphins 19-14 in Buffalo. The Cowboys outlast the Browns 23-20 in OT.
Wow, Browns should have won that.
They should have. Texans 43, the Jaguars 37 in OT. If you watch this game, it was a great game to watch if you were a football player. Tampa Bay 27, Panthers 21. Another overtime game. A lot of free football over the weekend, Big Tiz. Green Bay tames the Lions 24-20. The Jets outlast the Rams 27-13. The Bengals 28, the Chiefs 6. We saw that coming a mile away. Falcons 23, Cardinals 19, behind Matt Ryan's 5 interceptions in my 2 fantasy points.
5 in a win. Holy
5 in a win. It was kind of scary, and they were at home as well. Redskins 31, Eagles 6. Trouble in Philly. Should Reed stay or should he go? The Saints topple the Raiders 38-17. Check this out, Big Tiz. Patriots blow out the Colts at home 59-24, tying their all-time points in a game. 59-24, I said the score. It says 4 games this year. Teams have scored more than 50 points. The Patriots have 2 of those games. Broncos 7 better than the Chargers, 30-23. 49ers last night, Monday Night Football, 32. The Chicago Care Bears 7. I got to tell you, Tiz, one man does not make a team. But look at these quarterbacks injured. Quarterbacks are injured, and look what happens to your team. But let's not forget about Thanksgiving. We have a trifecta this Thursday. If you love to eat, you love football, this is it. And the opener, Houston, the Texans. This is going to be a tough game.
Oh yeah.
At Detroit, they love their turkey, they love their football. And let's see, the Redskins at Dallas. Now, this is the marquee matchup. But if you look at their records, folks, you would not think this should be on TV. But you know what? This is around the time where you're eating, so hopefully you don't eat before this game because you might see your food again. And the nightcap, the Patriots in the Meadowlands take on the New York Jets.
Now, that actually should be a pretty decent game, man, because I can see the Jets giving the Patriots all they can handle and possibly beating the Patriots.
Anything's possible.
Exactly.
They have T-ball.
Yeah,
I had to
they
do it,
do.
Big
They
Tiz.
do. Hey, but you know, Big O, there were a lot of injuries going around the league, and I know Pittsburgh. We have our, a rash of injuries as well, as everybody can see. We're going down like dominoes. Like I said, Ben Roethlisberger's out. We had a lot of guys that went out to Castro earlier in the year. There are a lot of guys that went out for Pittsburgh, and like I said, Pittsburgh just keeps rolling. You gotta put that puzzle in there. That piece in that puzzle to fit, and you got to keep rolling.
Well, Big Tiz, I say it all the time. We can if this and if that. But folks, if you never watched the show before and you haven't heard me say the if, folks, if we were healthy, can you imagine how great we would be?
Exactly.
We wouldn't have to worry and scramble and sign players and let players go. But every week, I think 25% of the show is on injuries. We have Leftwich. He's out, broken ribs.
Yeah,
all right, he's not coming back anytime soon. Ziggy Hood, back.
Yeah.
Lower back, he's questionable. Isaac Redman. Who's the starter, who's not the starter? Who's going to run 100 yards this week, who's not? It's a good problem to have when you have all those running backs back there.
The good thing was with Dreyer actually stepping up, that is a loss for us with Redmond because he was giving us some quality yards. But the fact is, Dwyer's been trying to kind of separate himself from the pack a little bit. So, I'm kind of hurt by the situation, but I still feel okay about it.
Let's get back to Leftwich for a second. Tiz, do you think his days are numbered with the Steelers after the signing?
Oh yeah, I think he's about done. This guy, when he came in the game, he showed that he didn't really have it anymore, and especially the way that wind up, the way he throws the ball, and I don't know, he just doesn't have it anymore. Right? It's hard to it's hard to see him as even a backup.
You want to see him go because it's like family.
Exactly.
It's like your brother-in-law, your sister's getting divorced. You like the guy for certain reasons. You hate to see him go, but it's a business. You got to do what you got to do. And I think by the signing of Brian Hoyer, I think that's sending a message to him. I don't think or believe that Charlie Batch is in any jeopardy, but Charlie Batch is a lot older.
Right.
A couple of years older. He's almost 40.
Yeah.
Not saying that if you're 40, you're not good.
All right. But I mean, they're getting close to the end of their term, and like I said, I think it's about that time for Pittsburgh to actually start to groom a younger quarterback under Roethlisberger because of the rash of injuries that Roethlisberger is sustaining. And I mean, hopefully, we do hope that Hoyer is the key to that. But I really don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Hoyer out there.
Right. I think he has a better shot of starting behind Roethlisberger as he would Tom Brady, because not saying that Roethlisberger is going down. In fact, Roethlisberger was on target to be MVP this year.
Yeah,
with his pass rating. This is like one of the best years he's ever had. Unfortunately, he hasn't lasted a whole season without getting hurt.
Right.
And I love Ben.
Oh yeah,
love him.
Competitor. This guy is a throwback player. No matter which way you look at it, this guy has been in games hurt. This guy's been in games trying to compete. This guy's been in a game against the Ravens with a broken nose. This guy's won those games. This guy's, I mean, he came in against Cleveland. Not broken, but when he had a bad sprain on his leg last year.
He had the ankle sprain, the broken nose. He had the hurt shoulder. You name it. He was a walking mess. A mess.
Yeah, but along with that, with the Ziggy Hood injuries and the Redmond concussion, there was Baron Batch. He had the bad foot, but he's going to have enough time to soak it. So.
Oh yeah, because he got his walking papers today. So push him in a wheelchair. Sorry, Baron Batch. He was supposed to be our future running back when we got him last year. When we drafted him, unfortunately, he tore his ACL in the first game. Lost him. Thought we have a great running back this year. It just hasn't worked out for him. We wish you the best, Baron.
And Cotry's also out with a rib injury, but the fact that a lot of people didn't realize that Cotry was one of our receivers, and our receiving core is really depleted especially with the minusing of Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown, yep. And Gilreath, he stepped up, and he's really not showcasing his skills or abilities, but you always need depth in wide receiver because you're constantly moving, you're constantly in harm's way. There's always an injury. That's why you have to have that bench full of receivers, and that's why we had to get Plaxico. Derek Williams had a workout today. He was on the Steelers during training camp.
Right.
Did very well, but not what the Steelers were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. In the hit on Cotchery, we have to give, that was a clean hit. It was a good, solid football hit.
Oh yeah.
So we're not saying that, you got hit by a cheap shot or whatever. It was a clean, solid football hit, and I'm glad that the refs didn't call penalty on that.
Right.
Even though if it was the other way around, we all know at home it would have been a flag. Roethlisberger, Big Tiz, he's listed as probable for Sunday.
Yep, like I said earlier, probably not.
Just like you're probably going to start.
Exactly. And that's about as close as it's going to get.
Yeah, but I don't see him. Antonio Brown, believe it or not, he practiced limited today.
Mm-hmm.
He expected to run fully on Wednesday, so hopefully within the next 2 weeks, we don't want to rush the high ankle sprain. We don't want to do it.
Keep him out. You need him for the long haul.
And Marcus Gilbert, he's questionable with his foot injury. So we, like every week, folks, 25% of this show is based on injuries. Now, if they were not injured, and if, I'm telling you, we almost beat the Ravens teamless.
Right.
Teamless.
Right.
But it's that defense that stepped up, and you know what? This is why the Steelers have the number one defense in the NFL. I don't care what you say. Look it up. Google it. They do. So, Big Tiz.
Well, I'm looking for the Steelers to continue that rate, and they have to continue that rate because, like I said, no matter what you're going to do, you're going to have a lot of pieces missing in a puzzle, like I said earlier, and you got to fill them in. And the fact of Leftwich being down and really not really showing that much in that game, I believe the Steelers made one heck of a move by getting Hoyer and by adding Plaxico. I'm gonna give kudos to them to what they did today. And acquiring Plaxico, because I always thought, why is Plaxico still out there in the market? Because this guy is still a good receiver, especially close in, and the Jets have proven that, and they had Sanchez.
Yeah, well, I think the people who are talking about the rift between Wallace and Plaxico are probably talking about San Antonio Holmes in New York when they didn't get along.
Exactly.
Different scenarios, different scenes, different places. Now, for you folks at home who had that Plaxico jersey and you were kind of upset that he left the team, what are you going to do with this Plaxico jersey, number 80? Well, get it out of your closet and dust it off, folks, because word on the street, he's going to be in the number 80 jersey. And we also have word that Hoyer is going to be wearing number 8. That's what he wore in New England, and that's what he's going to wear in Pittsburgh. Don't forget Tommy Maddox wore that. At one point, Tommy Maddox was Tommy Gunn Maddox back in the day.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm dating myself.
Hey, guys, you know what? We're going to head to our first commercial here on Steeler Nation Live. Actually, let me let you guys know, just if you want to get in on the show, it's on www.steelernationlive.net. And if you go to that, you can see us live here, our video feeds here on the website, and the audio. If you go to TalkShoe.com, you can hear us there live and search Steeler Nation Live, and we'll be right there. And if you guys want to call in on the audio side, 724-444-7444. Caller ID number 115243. Hit the pound key, and if you're a guest, hit 1 and pound, and you're in. You're talking to Big Tiz and Big O.
That's right. Any questions, any comments you have? How you feel about the game against the Ravens? Our upcoming game against the Browns. We'll talk about that later. And give us a call. Send us a text.
All right, guys. We'll see you right back after this commercial here on Steeler Nation Live.
SteelerNationLive.net. It's live. Join Big O, Big T every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. New Year's only in-depth analysis of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Black and gold. Game review. Injury report. Injury week. Releases. Who got fired? Fantasy stats. Fantasy football. Rumor. Anything and everything you want to know about the black and gold. SteelerNationLive.net.
Uniform Express, located on 1408 Buffalo Road, Rochester, New York, for your police, fire, or EMS supplies. One of Rochester's top and finest suppliers of shirts, pants, shoes, boots, and accessories for your professional uniform needs. Uniform Express also does embroidery and screen print for team uniforms, jerseys, and corporations. Hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also go to their website at www.uniformexpress.com or call Brian at 585-529-4245. That's 585-529-4245. And let Brian know you heard his ad on our show, Steeler Nation Live.
Oh, yeah, guys. Welcome back, Steeler Nation Live. Big Tiz, Big O. You know what? We got on the show. Next up, we got Johnny B's Fantasy. And as a matter of fact, I think we got Johnny on the line here. So, you know what, Johnny? A lot of things been going on with your brother. How things been going on with you, and how's your vacation going? Because I heard you out there on vacation. And also, give us a stance on how you feel your Seahawks are doing.
Great vacation. Enjoying the weather. It's kind of not too cold and not too hot. I'm loving it. Getting a lot of chores done around the house. And spending a lot of time with the kids. I'm looking forward to a great Thanksgiving and enjoying family and friends. Other than that, the Seahawks are doing fantastic. Just enjoying the no loss, no win with the bye week, and enjoying watching the Seahawks get better every week. They kind of are like the Steelers, the old-time Steelers. Pete Carroll's doing a great job. It seems like the defense is looking solid. The secondary with Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas, they're looking sweet. Richard Sherman on the corner, he's talking a lot of gap, but he's backing it up. He's definitely doing a great job on the defensive side of the ball with Red Bryant on the line and Chris Clemens at the other end. They're getting the job done. 6-4, they're looking decent. We got a rookie quarterback, so I'm waiting to see what happens this year.
Well, Johnny, let me ask you this. Now, there are a lot of studs that's coming out this week, and, you know, we all know the studs, but we need to hear from you about what are some of the studs that's going to be out there, especially on Turkey Day.
All right. Thanksgiving, we got 3 fantastic games on. I love that first game with the Texans at Detroit. We know who the studs are in that game with Calvin Johnson, Arian Foster. But I'm going to throw Kevin Walter out there. I think he's going to have a big day on that turf inside. I'm looking forward to that game. The second game with the Skins and Cowboys, what a great divisional game.
I agree.
We know the studs in that game, obviously, too, with Robert Griffin III and probably Des Bryant. But let's throw Miles Austin in there for 100 yards and a touchdown. I really think he's going to have a big day at home. The third game of the night with the Patriots and the Jets. Oh, the Jets, how they have fallen. But in this game, I like the Patriots just to blow the Jets out, believe it or not. Even though the Jets are at home, I'm talking something like 31-10 or 31-17. The guy I like in this game is Aaron Hernandez. With the big Gronkowski hurt with the broken forearm and Aaron Hernandez coming back, I like Hernandez to do some damage to this Jets secondary.
Wow. Well, Johnny B, like I said, you the man, you know it. But you know, Johnny, as always, with studs, we got the duds that's coming out, Johnny, and we want to know what you feel about the duds, including Thanksgiving Day.
With the duds this week, the big game on tap is Ravens at the Chargers. I think that the Ravens will hold Ryan Matthews in check and keep him under 80 yards rushing and keep him out of the end zone. The next game is the Rams at the Cards. I see Brandon Gibson, the wide receiver for the Rams. He's just been laying down lately, and I like the Cards defense. They're solid, and I think they slow down Brandon Gibson. The other dud in the game is Titans against the Jags. A guy we haven't heard of lately is Kenny Britton.
Oh, yeah.
He also he's been the invisible man. I think Nate Washington's been picking up the slack, and Chris Johnson has been getting his, and Kenny Britt has just been the forgotten man. So I think Kenny Britt and the Titans and the Jags game.
All right, Johnny B. We did the studs, the duds. What about some of your sleepers you got out there? You like to call them flyers or whatever, but how about them sleepers there, Johnny? Johnny, you there?
The other sleeper is I love T.Y. Hilton, or if you want to call him Paris Hilton, whatever you call him, this guy's getting disrespected in the league. That's the Bills Colts game. I like Buck Walters looking for him. Seems like every time he looks for a pass, I know it's the best win on the other side, and Avery's getting his, but T.Y. Hilton is doing some damage. The other guy in the waiver wire is this Ronnie Hillman. Obviously, with Willis McGahee being hurt and the Broncos going to the Chiefs, Ronnie Hillman's going to get the looks, the runs, the carry, little screen passes that Peyton Manning loves. I see Ronnie Hillman having a good game. The other waiver guy I like is Golden Tate.
Yeah, I've just picked him up today.
Getting a lot of looks lately. I know Sidney Rice is the main man, and Baldwin was the other guy, but Golden Tate, if no one's picked him up yet, definitely look for that game to be a 24-17 shootout, and Golden Tate getting his. The old Golden Domer from Notre Dame. And by the way, it looks like Notre Dame's ranked #1 in the country. So
yeah, you're right, Johnny.
Go Golden Tate.
Well, I tell you what, Notre Dame's got their hands full with USC coming up. But you know what? Barkley, he's not starting. So Johnny, we want to thank you for calling in on your vacation. We appreciate it, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Tiz?
Oh, yeah, Johnny, you are the man. And, again, you are doing it like you always do it, brother. We appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, Johnny. Thanks again. Have a great Thanksgiving, bud.
Oh, yeah. That's Johnny.
Johnny, you there?
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all. Enjoy your big turkey day. Enjoy the games, and enjoy America. Take care.
Enjoy America. Wow.
You got to love that guy, man.
Oh, boy. Enjoy America.
Like I said, that's Johnny B. Johnny B's Fantasy. Johnny's been on the show here and there during the season. Like I said, he gives us a lot of updates on what he feels is going out there. And this guy is epic, the way he picks. You got to go along with what he's saying. That's Johnny B.
All right, Johnny. Thank you and take care. And hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But you know what, Big O? Time for the game stats. Steelers versus Ravens.
Well, we have game stats, not necessarily good stats. However, let's start with the defense side of the ball first, Big Tiz. We had 2 sacks and 1 forced fumble. Saying that, and not to mention that when you hold Ray Rice to 40 yards a game, that's telling you something. All right, when you hold their quarterback to under 200 yards,
exactly.
What does that say? That spells victory for me. Flacco, 20 for 32 for 164 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Not necessarily a stellar day for this guy. Like I said, Ray Rice, 40 yards, but here's the kicker, Tiz. 20 carries. Do the math, folks. That's not good. If you're a football, no. No.
That goes to tell me that, just like I said, the Steelers front was actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. And as if you didn't notice in the game that the Ravens were trying to run that same drift to the right and cut back against the grain, which Kansas City did against Pittsburgh. With some luck at the beginning, Pittsburgh was waiting for it. Yeah,
but Jamal Charles is not the Ray Rice. They're two different kind of running backs. So next time you might want to, figure out, do I have the same running back? Do they have the same running style? Ray Rice is just down your face, smash mouth football. Jamal Charles, he's everywhere.
Exactly.
He's more versatile than Ray Rice. Ray Rice is like saying, "Hey, tackle me." Jamal Charles is like, "Oh, don't tackle me." He's trying to avoid you. So we'll flip it over to the other side, to the Steelers side. 311 total yards for the Steelers. I mean, when your final score is 13-10, you're really not gonna have too many yards, total yards. On the passing side, Leftwich, 18 for 39 for 201 yards. Unfortunately, he had an interception behind there.
Right.
We kept the penalties about average, 6 penalties for 43 yards. And the Ravens were 4 for 68. Really not, for two physical teams like the Ravens and the Steelers, you expect more penalties. However, that wasn't the case there. Dwyer, 12 carries, 55 yards. Mendenhall, 11 carries, 33 yards. Leftwich, 1 carry, 31 yards, an injury, and a touchdown. I tell you, if we were playing in Baltimore, I would think that they had that goal line rigged.
I tell you, them damn blades of grass.
But you know what? If you're gonna do that, you might want to do it before the end zone. But anyways, the big news: 3 turnovers.
Right.
Mike Wallace had that first down. Pittsburgh got in trouble, fumbles the ball deep in our territory.
But the defense held, and that's much respect to the defense. They held, and realistically, the defense gave up 6 points. And this is one of the higher scoring teams in the NFL at the goal line.
Yeah. And Anquan Bolden, 8 catches for 79 yards. Total offense for the Ravens was 200 yards. Come on. Really? You take out that punt return, game over, Steelers win, and another crappy crappy win.
That's a Steelers-style game right there. Where we win games 6-0, 3-0 back in the day when we beat Miami on that Monday night game in the drenching downpour in Pittsburgh. These are the type of games that Pittsburgh wins. And like I said, the only difference was the quarterback in that situation. And we did have a hurt quarterback. And, to make no excuses, the Ravens, they put up 6 points on offense, but the punt returns the difference. And no matter which way you look at it, a win is a win.
Yeah, that's right. The defense definitely kept us in the game. And it's just, with the injuries, and we're keeping our head above water, if that's what you want to say.
Right.
But it's time to kick it into overdrive. Like we talked about earlier, playoff. We're still in the playoffs. It's not looking good right now, but we're playing Cleveland next week, which is no slouch. We talk about this every year, that when Pittsburgh plays Cleveland, no matter if they're at home or in Cleveland, this is a tough division rivalry.
Exactly, and it is. And Cleveland is no slouch, and Cleveland is showing that they're slowly getting the pieces together to start to be a real contender. So a lot of you guys got to watch out. The Cowboys took them lightly Sunday, and they almost lost, which they should have lost. But you can't play the rest too.
You can't say they took them lightly, because we all know how Dallas plays. Okay?
Exactly.
And they're not the kind of team who plays down to their opponent's level.
Right. Because
they always play lousy. The thing about Dallas is they play up to the other team's levels. Kind of like the opposite of what the Steelers do. That's why they're 500. And I'm shocked. If they should have lost that game against Cleveland, but you know what? They didn't. So any of you Cowboy fans out there, Cowboy hater, give us a call. Let us know how you feel about the topic of about your Cowboys playing not down to other teams because you play there evenly, but you always play up to the good team. I don't know. Call in, tell us what you think.
That's right, 724-444-7444. Caller ID number 115243#. And if you're a guest, hit 1 and pound, and you're in talking to Big Tiz and Big O.
Yeah.
And like I said, right now we're going to go to a commercial, but after the commercial, we're going to come back with a hot topic for the night, and we want to get you guys' feedback on what you feel about it. And the hot topic is about end zone celebration. So we're going to let you muster on that during this commercial break on Still a Nation
Live. Did you say mustard or mustard? Because I'm getting kind of hungry.
I am too.
Yeah, baby.
It's McGinney's Sports Pub, located at 2246 East River Road. A perfect blend of Irish charm and Italian cuisine. From Calabria favorites like calamari to chicken French to the new signature dish like the Steel City Deli.
The Rothless Burger.
Everything is delicious and prepared fresh for you. They have a full lineup of your favorite beverages with drink specials daily, and don't forget their $5 Monster Bomb.
Ice cold beer.
All day, every day. With 2 floors of seating and 20 high-def televisions, there's not a bad seat in the house to catch every minute of the NFL action.
Watch what you want.
McGinney's is the official home of the Rochester Steelers fan club.
Steelers!
So come on down to McGinney's Sports Pub, 2246 East River Road in Henrietta.
At Grease Lightning, we offer fast automotive service, specializing in oil changes and auto repairs. We offer convenient yet comprehensive maintenance and repair service, fast and no appointment necessary. At Grease Lightning, we offer the best prices on top name brands. We get you in, out, and on your way, just like Grease Lightning. Grease Lightning is locally owned and operated, so come on down to 2061 Chiley Avenue here in Rochester and talk to Charles because he's in charge. You can also call Charles at 585-563-7939 or go to our website at mygreaselightning.com.
Hey, welcome back. Still a Nation Live. Big Tiz, Big O.
That's right. I'm calling McGinney's right now for a takeout order. Folks, if you've never been to McGinney's, you need to go there. 2246 East River Road in Henrietta. You need to get there. I mean, constantly, every day they have drink specials, food specials, any kind of food you're looking for. If you're looking to sit down, have a nice meal, a great dinner, go there. If you're looking to see a game on one of their 22 flat screen TVs in there, go there. They have a lot of what you call bar food, potato skins, onion rings, sandwiches, subs. You want it, the chicken. Don't forget the chicken wings.
Exactly.
Sal will kill me if you don't say the chicken wings. Look, I'm doing here.
Okay, easy.
Food.
Hey, but you know what? Seriously, you got to check it out. You'll love it. Great place to be, and home of Still a Nation Live. And like I said, we did a show there. Beautiful. The people are beautiful. And if you go to our website, you could have seen some of the pictures that we had up there. Amazing.
That's right. Let's not forget Kathy Buckwell, the Steeler fan club of Rochester. Wish we had a picture of her. She'd probably be mad at us if we put it up there. But that's where the Steeler fan club comes and celebrates and gets together and just have a great time at McGinney's. Game time. Bring your family. Bring your friend, bring your wife, your girlfriend, bring them all. Come down for a great time at McGinney's, the food, the game. Kathy Buckwell, what's going on? How you doing? All right.
Exactly.
I'm at Steeler Nation Live.
You know what? So let's go on to our hot topic of the night. Our hot topic of the night are end zone dance celebrations or end zone celebrations, sack dances, whatever you want to call it. But the fact is, I want to know how you guys feel about it. Easy, Big O. Right. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Do you think that it should be still left out of the end zone, or do you have a problem with that being in the NFL right now? And me myself, I miss it.
Yeah, you know what? If you're a sports fan, and like me and Big Tiz were talking earlier, I love soccer. And these guys do some crazy goal antics if they score a goal. Google crazy soccer goals, and you can see some of these guys what they do to get together after they score a goal. Now, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if it's clean, if it's cool, if it's fun, hey, you scored a touchdown. It's you celebrate.
Right.
All right. You're not rubbing in anybody's nose, and we'll talk about that later. But it's you're happy. You're celebrating touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about it. Like I said, it got the crowd energized, and as long as it's done to a respectable level, and not like in your face or, you know, hardcore stuff like that, or the throat slashing, which they outlawed, you know, a couple years ago, which I agree with that totally. But it's the fun things. One of the examples that we had here tonight on the show was we had a video of Merton Hanks. And Merton Hanks, this guy, I don't know if you can see it on the video, he used to do the chicken dance with his head bobbing back and forth for the San Francisco 49ers, number 36. This guy used to have me rolling. I used to love that.
Come on, man. He's having fun. You know, you're a kid. You know, have fun. That's what it's all about, right, Tiz? I don't know.
Exactly, and that is what it's all about. And you remember even back beyond that, I don't know if maybe I'm dating myself as well as Big O. Remember the Fun Bunch with the Redskins? The Redskins, they'd all get together and they'd all jump up after a touchdown. But now, if you grab a prop or you grab somebody extra in the end zone dance, you're pretty much going to get a 15-yard penalty.
Now, what's the rules on that, Big Tiz? Was it 3? You cannot have more than 3 to celebrate. Who came up with this one? Maybe this guy.
Yeah,
I don't know. But remember White Shoes Johnson? I wish.
Billy White Shoes. Yeah.
I wish we had a picture of that. That guy. I think he started it.
Yeah, I used to love that dude, man. He used to do the funky chicken. That's what they called it. When his legs used to flap back and forth as he spiked the ball. Amazing. And, you know, there were some guys that did go overboard with it, which is, like I said, the T.O.s and Joe Horn, when he scored a touchdown actually on the Giants. One of my friends is a big Giant fan. He scored a touchdown on the Giants and pulled out a phone from underneath the tarp and started acting like he was making a phone call. Come on, man.
What's wrong with that? Or what about when T.O. grabbed the pom-poms from the cheerleaders? And what? Why is that bad? Or if he autographs a football and gives it to a kid in the audience.
No, that's fine. I mean, that type of stuff is fine. But when
Come on, man.
Here's a good example. And you guys listen, like I said, you're free to chime in, like I said, and you can add your whatever you want to add to this conversation. But the fact is, what about when T.O. scored a touchdown against Dallas, ran down the field, and stood on the star?
Tiz, you haven't said it in a while, but that was beautiful.
It was.
I loved it.
For a Steeler fan, it was. But
he got hit too. He paid for it. He paid for it. He got popped.
Exactly.
One of the few hits that a Dallas cornerback can give.
Yeah.
We all know who you're talking to. Steeler hater out there. We're still waiting for that phone call, Steeler hater.
That's right.
Big Cowboy fan. I'm not seeing anything on the board there. So,
well, like I said, you know what? What is your take out there? Like I said, even if you don't call in tonight or you don't chime in tonight, you can text in, or actually you can go to the website and leave your comments there or whatever, and give us your feedback about what do you think. So actually on the website, I'm going to start adding features to where I'm going to do little things like that. We're going to get your fans' feedback and see what you feel about certain situations. And, you know, this is one of them. I mean, I really do miss it. Me, myself, I hope they bring it back, but bring it back to a certain level.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we talked about it earlier. As long as it's clean and you're having fun and doing it, nothing derogatory, nothing towards the fans, as long as you do it in a group and you have fun, what's wrong with that? And if you don't like it, hey, step it up on defense, or when you get the ball, you score and you do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not a one-sided affair. It's not, okay, this game, this team can celebrate and then you can't, and maybe later. But you have every opportunity to score a touchdown.
Right.
You have every opportunity to stop the other team from scoring a touchdown. Just because they are better than you, don't be upset.
Come on, you're grown, folks.
Come on, man. Really? I don't know.
Hey, you know what? We'll let you marinate on that.
Yeah.
Along with the mustard. But anyway, we'll let you marinate on that.
The mustard.
But you know what? What we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and touch base on Pittsburgh's next opponent, which is going to be the Cleveland Browns. And I mean, you know, me, myself, right now, Big Tiz, I'm kind of scared of this because the fact that we're going into Cleveland on top of that, and the fact that Cleveland is not a pushover no matter which way you look at it. No. And if you've been watching Cleveland lately, the past couple of games, even though they haven't been winning, they've been playing teams tough. And that Whedon, he's no slouch either. He has his moments, but you know what? He's still young. He's still developing. He's trying to learn the system. You know, and Richardson, the running back, the leader of that team, the rookie, Pittsburgh's going to have to stop him. I mean, 2 words come to my mind when we were playing Cleveland. This game coming up, must win. You know, you hate to say it. You hate to say that this is a must-win game. Unfortunately, we're not in the same shoes as the Cowboys or the Giants, where the Giants, every game is going to be a playoff game. Right.
Like the one year the Steelers made it to the Super Bowl. Every game they had to win, and they to do it.
Right. Well, the Giants did it too, though.
We're not in that boat yet.
Right.
We're getting in the boat.
Right.
We don't want to be in that boat. We want to be in the love boat.
But you know what? Sometimes the Steelers put me in the mindset of a team that sometimes has to have their back against the wall.
And
because when it gets too easy for them, sometimes they overlook people, and it becomes in your mind that we should win and you lose.
Oh, that's right. And like we say every week, when Pittsburgh was on that winning streak, why were they winning? How are they winning? Simple. Running the ball. You're not gonna come off the bat doing like 10 yards, 7 yards a carry. You have to develop. You have to wear out the defense. You cannot abandon the run right away if it does not work. Now, the Steelers always had a good time with running against the Browns. It's just during these games, this is where the defense usually let the offense down.
Right.
And like I said a little while ago, you can't do that. You have to be running on all cylinders. You have to have the offense, the defense, and the special teams. Not to mention, let's not leave out the coaches, too.
Exactly, I agree.
So we have to control the clock. That's huge. We have to run the ball to set up the pass. And with Plasko in there, I believe he's going to be a huge impact on this game because the opposing defense, the Browns, aren't going to know how to cover him or why to cover him, what to do, and that's going to leave probably Wallace one-on-one. And then we got Sanders. How can you cover these guys? All right? So that once you spread the offense out, there you go to the running game.
Yeah, exactly.
All right?
And another thing I can see is that, the Steelers defense has to create those turnovers, and the turnovers have to be created by either sacks or, like I said, interceptions or whatever. But the Steelers have to put that pressure on because in this NFL right now, anybody who can just stand back there and have no pressure, they can pick you apart. I don't care who it is.
Now remember the Steelers of old, a couple of years ago, we led the league in turnovers.
Right.
Creating turnovers and scoring off these turnovers. The problem we had was once we got the turnovers, we weren't doing anything in the red zone.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we're doing great in the red zone, but we're not creating the turnovers.
Right.
And in special teams, when we do run back a punt or a kick, it usually ends up in a penalty. Now, sidebar on that one, Big Tiz, if you've been, I've been noticing it, but on the last couple of games, the Steelers, punt returns, kick returns, that they do not score. When's the last time you saw a penalty?
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, we had that good game against the Giants where we did get a couple good returns, but not one for a touchdown. And even if this season when we did have a couple that went back for touchdowns, that's all I've seen was yellow laundry on the field.
Like I said, watch the game Sunday, folks. Pittsburgh doesn't return it for a touchdown, no penalties. Watch the first time that Rainey or Sanders, whoever's back there, we don't know who's going to return these punts, takes one for the distance.
Yeah.
Watch the laundry, as Tiz says. Laundry everywhere.
Well, one of the main things for the Browns is that we have to control Richardson because this guy is small, he's stocky, and you know what that means. He's powerful.
He's very powerful.
And this guy he's been on a team that's been struggling. This guy has been averaging probably about close to 100 yards a game. I mean, he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, he is. And the way to do that, Big Tiz, is pressure, hit him in the backfield, slow him down. Okay? You got the defensive line, you get pressure, you get back there, you hit them, let them bounce off you, and there we go. Linebackers right there to eat you up. And just like you said earlier, the Ravens try to do what the Chiefs did on us, run to the right side. Why is that? Because Harrison's on the left side.
Right.
You haven't heard Harrison's number called in a long time, and that's why they're avoiding Harrison. Hey, if I was Tomlin or Dick LeBeau, I'd flip-flop every other play.
Oh, that'd be good. I like
Woodley
that.
on the other side and Harrison, so that way, surprise, what's he doing over there?
Exactly. I like that.
But I'm just guessing the reason why he stays there because he's low, quarterback's back to him. You really can't see him running in there. So, you got to give it a shot. Flip-flop him. Have Woodley push him over to Harrison. I mean, let's try something neat, something different, something that you won't expect. Or how about stunt Harrison up the middle?
Yeah, I like that. A lot of different things that he does. So, I mean, we'll get it together as the season goes along, because Pittsburgh usually does, as we try to gel and get healthier.
How about this, Big Tiz? You're Mike Tomlin, I'll be Dick LeBeau. Let's take this team. You want to do it?
Let's do it.
We can do this.
Yeah.
Call in, folks, if you want me and Big Tiz to run the game Sunday. I think we can do it. Not saying that Tomlin and LeBeau can't. Fresh faces, fresh ideas. and plus sideline view of the game.
Exactly.
Oh, I would love that. It'd be beautiful.
And you know what? And one thing about our special teams is out there. One thing they have to do is forget about what happened last week against the Ravens. Go out there and continue to do what you were doing earlier. I mean, things happen, and he slipped through a small crack. Like I said, it was a straight beeline. And if you looked at any of those guys' touchdowns, all of his touchdowns have been the exact same way that the guy for the Ravens. I believe it was Ford. I'm not sure. But anyway, all of his touchdowns have been straight line touchdowns where he just found a crack and he went. So like I said, things happen.
Seams.
Exactly.
And just like in Lion King, for those folks of you at home who have families, small kids, and you watch the Lion King, you know that sometimes the pass hurts. But you have to forget it and move on.
Exactly. And that's what the Steelers must do to get better. But like I said, you know what? And that's one thing that's going to keep the Steelers fired up is Ray Rice with his towel on his head. On the audio side, if you can't see it, we just put back up the picture of Ray Rice. So if you're watching the video, you get fired up just as much as we are. If Ray Rice was right here, I would try to tackle him right now. Now, I might, break a shoulder blade or something like that, but it would be that effort. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Steeler.
That's right. And what impressed me most about this is that Woodley stepped up and called him out on it.
Exactly. I love it.
You just don't do that.
Exactly.
You just don't do that. And I mean, every team has a sacred something.
Right.
You don't like it, tough. It's not, you beat us. Hey, that's it. Have some respect. Have some respect for yourself and for us. And because I'll tell you, respect goes a long way. And getting back to it, we'll get back to Ed Reed, and he went to college. He went to school with Ryan Clark, and Ryan Clark tweeted after that he found out about the suspension that it was unfair. Now this is a Steeler and a Raven, okay? Now the Steeler, Ryan Clark, is stepping up for the Raven, not this Raven.
Not the Ray Rice Raven.
No, I never had respect for this guy, not just because I'm a Steeler fan, but just look at what this guy does.
Exactly.
No, it's bad for football. I mean, I'm embarrassed for Raven fans out there, and I'm embarrassed if you are a Ravens fan.
Well, like I said, and also in this game, don't forget, I don't know if Plaxico will be out in this game or if they'll hold him out to the Ravens game. But if he does play, I believe he can add like that. Like I said, that wrinkle that we need. There's Plaxico listening to the conversation.
Oh yeah, the Steelers are calling. What?
Yeah, but I believe he will add that impact that the Steelers need right at that goal line, especially against the Browns and with their smaller DBs. So, Big O, what are you seeing as a final score for this game?
You know what, Big Tiz? I almost had last.
Yeah, you did. You almost did.
If Pittsburgh would have scored that touchdown, 17-13, I predicted, I'm the man.
Yeah, and they almost did too.
But remember, I had to call you up on that one.
Yeah, you did.
It says, look, I predicted we're going to win this game. Unfortunately,
yeah, got the turkey.
They got the turkey. But we always have this picture. I love this.
Well,
we should dress up like that again next Halloween. What do you think?
What are you looking for as a final, though, in this game?
Final score, Pittsburgh 24, Browns 16.
Oh, that's a good. I like that. That's a good score. I'm looking forward, and hopefully a Pittsburgh 27 to maybe 14.
27-4. You know what? We can't play catch-up either.
No.
We have to take control of this game. We have to take the crowd out of the game, and we just have to do what we have to do. It looks great on paper. You start the run, set up the pass, defense. It's just specialty. Everybody's got to work together.
Right. You know what? We're going to go to our final commercial of the night, and once we come after commercial, we're going to give you guys our final thoughts for the night from Big Tiz and Big O as we get close to the end of the hour here on Steeler Nation Live.
Look no further than Supreme Limousine. For any special occasion or need, Supreme Limousine will be there for you. Weddings, proms, wine tours, sporting events, bachelor and bachelorette parties, just to name a few. At Supreme Limo, they know how difficult planning a big event can be, so leave your worries behind because Supreme Limousine will give you peace of mind. Call Rich at 585-425-3711 and set up your special event today. Serving New York and parts of Canada for many years and through all of New York's worst weather, you will get to where you're going on time and safe. When you need a ride, Supreme Limousine is on your side. So call Rich at 585-425-3711. And at Supreme Limousine, you get supreme service, not a supreme price. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, look no further than Dan Powell. Dan knows that buying or selling a home is one of the most important things you will do. Dan wants to make that experience as smooth and successful as possible. Dan's extensive expertise in the real estate market will benefit you whether you're looking to buy or sell a home. Once Dan knows what you want, he will work tirelessly to find the right home for you, because no one should compromise when it comes to such a huge purchase. Whether you're looking for homes for sale, moving resources, or even mortgage information, everything you need is right here with Dan. Dan will always be available for personal service by phone or email, so feel free to contact him with questions at any time. So when buying or selling a home, don't get frustrated or throw in the towel. Just call Dan Powell at 585-704-8324. That's 585-704-8324, or email Dan at dan@rochhomefinder.com. That's Dan at ROCHOMEFINDER.com.
Honey, I just found a great new place to take us out to eat for breakfast. Critics Restaurant, 906 West Main Street, Rochester, New York. Critics is the ultimate in family breakfast dining. And if you're a Steeler fan, hey, you found the right place, Critics Restaurant. Critics Restaurant has been a neighborhood fixture in Rochester, New York for over 40 years. Good food, good fun. Critics Restaurant, 906 West Main Street. Come check us out.
Welcome back, Steeler Nation Live. I'm Big O.
Big Tiz.
Hey, coming at you from Steeler Nation Live. Check us out on the website any time of the day, any day of the week, any week of the month, any month of the year. We're open 365 days, 24 hours a day, www.steelernationlive.net. And you can also email me at bigo1933steelers@yahoo.com. Let us know. Give us some feedback on the show. You have a week for us to prep. Send us emails, Facebook us, let us know what you would like to see on next show. And like we said before, if you have any special things going on at home, kid's birthday, engaged, you just want to call up or let us know how much you love us and how much you can't live without Steeler Nation Live, please do call up at BigTiz@yahoo.com. Let us know. Facebook us, email us. We'd love to hear from you. And please, no negative feedback.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you guys our final thoughts of the night. Well, my final thoughts for Big Tiz. And first off, I want to start by giving thanks. Thanks to, having that time and still being alive here to, at least see my Steelers play and to spend time with my family on this beautiful holiday, which is Thanksgiving. And, that thought of you guys, you need to be out there with your family, just like the Steelers do, and some of the guys, that are out there playing football. But one thing I want to touch base on as well is the Steelers and their playoff chances. And I think right now the Steelers are in a good position to possibly move and still take that division lead. And like I said, the Steelers, they're putting their pieces together very, very slowly, getting that quarterback situation together, and by acquiring Plaxico Burress. Big pickup. Mark my words, big pickup. And once that happens, I'm going to replay this on the show just to show you guys what happened tonight. But like I said, very, very good pickup. And I can see the Steelers going in a good direction. Like I said, they just got to get healthy, and they're starting to get those pieces together very slowly with the return of Roethlisberger, hopefully, of the Steelers possibly winning a couple games out of that stretch. And if that happens, I think we're in a good position. So I can see the Steelers still on pace to try to take the lead of the division and also get a good playoff slot. So that's what we're looking for right now, because right now we're in a wild card slot, but slowly slipping. But you know what? I can see the anticipation and the eagerness of the Steelers are still there. So that's my thoughts for tonight here on SteelerNationLive.net.
Well, Big Tiz, you hit the nail right on the head. First of all, I want to give thanks. I want to give thanks to you. You being a great partner, a great friend. I'm very, very thankful for my friends and my family. They brought so much greatness in my life. The Steeler family, the Steeler Nation family. I want to give thanks for you for taking us under your wing and into your Steeler family as well. And it feels so good to have thousands of people who I can call friends and family. I'm just thankful that I have a great team like the Steelers I could stand behind when there's so many other teams you could choose from. But they're not all like the Steelers, the Rooney family. Everything's about family. and I'm very thankful for that. I'm also thankful that there's a bunch of games left in the season where we could turn this around. Like you said earlier, Big Tiz, the playoff hopes are still alive.
Exactly.
We had a chance at one point of being 7-1, but when we played down to our lowly competitors, it doesn't help. We should be really, really beating these teams and beating them bad. All our injuries, even our quarterbacks have been hurt, and so now we're just we're trying to keep the boat afloat. We're trying to do what we can, sticking bubble gum in the hole, duct tape. The wheels are falling off, and I don't know what anybody can expect the Steelers to do except for what they're doing now. And I do believe that the Steelers are trying their best. It showed today. Right away after Leftwich got hurt, they're on the phone trying to get people. We had 2 quarterbacks try out today. We had 2 receivers try out today. Derek Williams, who was on the team earlier this year, he just couldn't cut it because of Plaxico, because of his past, his athleticism, his size, his great hands, his ability to be a great attribute to the team. Now, on the other side, we had quarterbacks. We had Kafka from the Eagles. He tried out as well. Unfortunately, he didn't do as good as Brian Hoyer did. And Brian Hoyer, who was on the sidelines behind Tom Brady. Now, this is no dumb kid. Okay, you're sitting the bench. What does he do? He watches Tom Brady, and Tom Brady is a great role model to study from.
Oh, yeah.
Look at his past, look at his history. And we know that some of that knowledge, if not a lot, sunk into this kid's brain. I think that had a lot to do with the Steelers signing this guy.
Right.
And he's young, and could this be a grooming period for somebody to take the reins? Probably not. But you don't want to take any chances, because with Ben's health, he's been on the team for 8 years.
Right.
And being hurt every year, that kind of takes a little out of you. However, but Ben is strong. Ben is our leader. Ben is coming back, and he's going to lead us. And down the road, we have to keep that running game going. The defense has got to step up. And the reason why they're doing such a great job, control the ball, control the clock, keep our defense on the sideline, keep their offense on the sideline, let the defense rest. So that way, when we come off the field, the defense is primed and ready to go. We have to do more no huddle,
Yeah, I agree.
We haven't seen that, and a lot of play action passes. Okay, let's get this done. We can do it. We're not down. We're down, but we're not out.
Exactly.
And we can do it. Playoffs. I can't wait till our show as we're talking about the playoffs and the Super Bowl. That's going to be a great show. They're all great shows. What am I talking about?
That's going to be a phenomenal one.
But we like to talk about good things. We don't want to talk about, junk like this. This can't happen.
Yeah, Ray Rice.
When we go into Baltimore, we have to let them know. And I was wondering, now, since we wore our throwbacks at home against the Ravens, now, if the Ravens wore throwbacks, would they not be the Cleveland Browns uniforms?
Hey, it's almost like playing the Browns twice.
Oh, boy.
I like that one. Hey, guys, you know what? It came to a phenomenal ending of the show tonight again, from Steeler Nation Live. And like I said, just like we said earlier, we want to echo this again about you guys spending time with your families this holiday season. That is so important, family, friends, and the things that you do out there. So you know what? We're going to leave this show on a good note and let you guys know we're here to serve you here on Steeler Nation Live. And until we see you next week, from Big Tiz.
Big O. Let's be safe out there.
Exactly.
If you drink, don't drive. And if you drive, don't drink. It's a big holiday for traveling, so please be safe. We want you back here next week.
All right. We'll see you guys next time on Steeler Nation Live. Hey, let's head out with the Burton Hanks picture.
Hey, let's do it.
Yeah, I love that guy. Hey.
Hey, it's Big Tiz.
Shout out to Big Tiz, man. And Big O. Steeler Nation, man. Yeah. Big O. Big Tiz. Big O. You know what it is, man. Steeler Nation, man. Big O. Big Tiz. Big O. Every night on Monday night, man. Hey. 7 to 8 on Monday night. Big O. Big Tiz. And it's a thumb. And it's Steeler Nation. Big Tiz. Big O. Big Tiz. Big O. Steeler Nation. Big Tiz. Big O. Big Tiz. Big O. Steeler Nation, man. Yeah. Mr. Thumb. Big O. Yeah, I had to say it was the thumb, man. 'Cause you know, it is a song, man. Yeah.